Hello, this is Joe83. This is my predictions for the Singapore Grand Prix, which is happening this weekend, and I'm going to start off by putting Daniel Ricciardo as the race winner, which is a little bit bold, but we saw in practice yesterday that he is absolutely unbelievable this weekend, it seems, and Red Bull seems to have the best car. I think Ricciardo was half a second quicker than Verstappen, who was then like 2 or 3 tenths ahead of whoever was third. I think it was Hamilton. So I really just want to see Ricciardo dominate and take the win, as he said he's hoping to as well. So that's why I've gone for Ricciardo to get the win and pole position actually in today's qualifying session. And second place, I've gone for Sebastian Vettel. And yeah, he I don't know, Ferrari were average yesterday, but it's definitely Ferrari's best chance this season remaining to overtake Mercedes. And yeah, Vettel, I think he needs a good result after what happened in Monza. So yeah, second place, I think if he's second and it's not Hamilton winning, I think he'd take that. And in third place is another quite incredibly bold one. I've gone for Hulkenberg to get the podium on his. He's about to break the record for most races without a podium, but we saw yesterday he was fifth in first practice, ahead of both Ferraris, and not that far from Mercedes. So if the Mercedes trip up a little bit, maybe he has some like contact or something, then Hulkenberg seems to be in prime position to get that podium position. So that's what I've gone for in third. I would love to see it as a Hulkenberg fan. So of course, that is why I'm slightly biased towards him. But then fourth, I've gone for Max Verstappen to actually make it to the end of the race for once and finish fourth without any troubles. And I mean, he wouldn't really take that because Ricciardo have got to win the race. But fourth place, I mean, it's a good haul of points for him. As he's kind of in a battle with Sergio Perez at the minute, just because of how unlucky he's been this season, which is unfortunate for Verstappen. But then fifth, I've gone for Lewis Hamilton, and sixth, Bottas. So the two Mercedes, we've seen it in 2016 that Hamilton was behind Ricciardo then. And then in 2015, Mercedes were absolutely done in by Ferrari that year. So it's not a track that Mercedes enjoy very much. And yeah, that's what I've gone Hamilton fifth, just beaten by a lot of the better cars already, apart from the Renault obviously, which I've just gone for a bit of a punt with Hulkenberg. But and then Bottas sixth, he's just Mercedes number 2 driver in a minute. He's not really in the championship anymore after a few bad races in Spa and Monza. Well, not so much Monza, but Spa definitely was a bad race. And Mercedes 5th and 6th, that isn't very good, but they'll be back to it back in Malaysia, I believe, the next race, unless Hamilton's engine blows up again. And then 7th, I've gone for Fernando Alonso. We saw in practice yesterday that the McLaren was probably the 5th fastest car after the top 3 and the Renault. Although Ferrari looked to struggle, but I think they're just sandbagging to absolutely bang on everyone in the actual sessions. But then 7th place for Fernando Alonso. He did well in Hungary, he did well, if he was there in Monaco, he would have done well. But Singapore is another track that should favour the McLarens. That is what I've gone for Alonso 7th. 8th, I've gone for Carlos Sainz on the euphoria of his new move to Renault, which I'm sure he's absolutely delighted with. And I'm pretty happy with it as well. Get your Johnny Harbour out of the sport, which is good for everyone, I think. And he seems to do well. He did very well at Monaco. And yeah, Carlos Sainz, he did well at Hungary as well. That's kind of why I'm basing it off. And 8th place for him, I'm pretty sure he'd take that. Then 9th and 10th, I got for Esteban Ocon to just scrape a few points, and Stoffel Van Dorn to get a point for the McLaren team. He got one in Hungary, I think he'll get another one here. And fastest lap, I've gone for Ricciardo, just I think he's going to dominate. I hope he's going to dominate anyway. And pole position, also Ricciardo. And position gained, I've gone for Esteban Ocon because I've got him finishing 9th, where I reckon he'll qualify about like 14th, 15th area. So yeah, that is going to be the end of my predictions. I do apologise for the severe inconsistency when uploading, because I'm back at doing A-levels now, so that kind of takes up a lot of time. And I also apologise for the cold I've got at the minute. It is September now, so that's not gone very well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been Joe83, and I will see you next time.